What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. As you've heard me say multiple times, there are 5 pillars to this channel: music, video games, movies and television, and nerd stuff. This morning, like literally this morning, it is currently, hold on, what time is it? 9:12 a.m. where I live right now. This morning, some breaking news dropped. So as you guys should know, because I've covered this a few times on my podcast, but if you don't, Warner Brothers is selling to the highest bidder. And Netflix won the day, basically, right? So Warner Brothers will be selling to Netflix, which means Warner Brothers and Netflix will be merging. Noah, how does this affect our content? How does this affect the content that you cover? Well, I'll tell you how it affects the content that I cover. Now, Netflix will own DC Comics, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, a crap ton of other things, and stuff like that. Netflix getting Warner Brothers is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have some hopes and I have some concerns about this going through. So we'll start off with the hopes. I hope this inspires Netflix to release their movies in theaters for longer times. Like, for example, I just reviewed Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1 on my country channel. If you guys want to see my reviews of Stranger Things Season 5, go subscribe to my country channel. But those things are movies, bro. Those things are movies. Those things are built like movies. I just reviewed another movie on my country channel called, I forget what it was called, but it had Joel Edgerton in it, and he starred in it. And that movie was incredible. Netflix needs to release their movies in theaters for this to work, right? Now, I'm very excited because eventually, like, it will be like how Disney Plus is in Canada now. And I think it's even like this in the US, where Netflix and HBO will merge. Which means your boy can watch, eventually, DC content, Harry Potter content, Game of Thrones content, Sopranos, what else? Succession, Mortal Kombat. And Netflix would own all these gaming studios too, I believe, right? So they would own Rocksteady, they would own WB Montreal, they would own Avalanche Softworks. They're going to own every single thing. Now, my one main concern is that nothing changes with Netflix. They don't go theatrical and stuff like that. No, why are you concerned? Isn't that a good thing that they are going to release the movies on Netflix? Want to make it easier for the consumer? I would agree with you. It would make it easier for the consumer if the consumer didn't have to go to theaters, but there's 2 things that might happen, and I hope this doesn't happen. Netflix may want to reboot the DC universe again. I don't want that to happen. I want, there's a bunch of rumors about the Snyderverse coming back. I would be fine with that, Netflix. Just make it an Elseworlds project. Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. But I want to see what James Gunn does with all these characters, because you guys know how much I loved Superman. Superman's my second favorite movie of the year, right? So, and it's my favorite superhero film of the year. My favorite superhero project is Daredevil. But if you make it Elseworlds, if you make the continuation of the Snyderverse Elseworlds, and you give me my Ben Affleck Batman movie or Ben Affleck Batman series, I will be very happy. if you bring back Henry Cavill as a Elseworlds version of Superman and finish the Snyderverse, I will be very happy. If you make that the new continuity again, I won't be very happy. You know why? Because in my personal opinion, and this is my personal opinion, Zack Snyder knows how to write Batman. He doesn't know how to write anybody else. When I look at Henry Cavill Superman, I love Henry Cavill. You guys know this. I love Henry Cavill. But I just watched Man of Steel in July, my first time watching it. The first half of that movie, he acts more like Wolverine than Superman. Hence why I want Henry Cavill to play Wolverine in the MCU. But he acts more like Wolverine than Superman. Now, do I think if Henry had the opportunity while he was Superman to do that version of Superman that we all grew up on, would he do a great job? Yes, I do. But like, Zack Snyder's version of Superman isn't Superman, right? It isn't the Superman that I want to see be the main Superman of the DC movie universe. The Superman that I want to see be the pillar of the DC universe is David Cornsweet's Superman. That is comic book Superman brought to the screen. Now, Netflix, do not get rid of James Gunn. If you get rid of James Gunn, you are dumb. You are dumb if you get rid of James Gunn. You know why you're dumb? Because James Gunn has a 10-year plan that he's already mapped out, right? And people are liking DC again, right? People are loving DC again. Like, I didn't like the Peacemaker finale, but the Peacemaker season 2 finale, I thought, I thought there wasn't enough Peacemaker in the finale of season 2, and I thought there was too many musical montages, right? Right? And the musical montage thing may just be a nitpick because I didn't like the music. Some of the music that James Gunn picks for his movies and television, I really like the Guardian soundtrack, or when he did the November Rain in one of the Peacemaker episodes, because Guns N' Roses is my favorite rock band of all time, and the best rock band of all time, in my opinion. But, like, I thought there was too many musical montages in Peacemaker season 2, the finale, and then I thought it didn't have focus on Peacemaker enough, and yeah. But other than that, like, those were my only two complaints with that series, right? But like, and I loved Creature Commandos, I loved Superman, and I loved 7 straight episodes of Peacemaker, right? I love the whole series besides the season 2 finale. But like, and I want to see like, I've told you guys, I just did my DC Universe podcast episode yesterday. I told you guys that I cannot wait for what James Gunn is gonna, what the DC Universe is gonna contain next year. I can't wait for Lanterns. I can't wait for Supergirl. I can't wait for Clayface. Clayface is probably my second most anticipated movie of the year next year. Honestly, like, it would be between that. So obviously my number one most anticipated movie is Avengers Doomsday, because big superhero nerd. Right? But, like, and Spider-Man's up there too, because I'm very interested to see what characters they use, right? And I'm very interested to see if they do my fan casting of Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. Let's go! But Clayface would be on my top 3 most anticipated superhero movie list. And Lanterns is like my second most anticipated show next year. Second only behind Daredevil, because Daredevil, or no, it's my, Oh, right. It's probably my third favorite, most anticipated show because you got Why Marshall's coming next year and you got Daredevil. But I'm very, very excited to see what James Gunn does with the DCU. I've noticed in the videos that I do, like the DC Universe podcast, you guys love when I do that, and most of the topics are about the DC Universe and James Gunn's DC Universe and um, um, Robert Pattinson's Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson's Bat Universe that is Elseworlds, right? And the one thing that I would be nervous about is if Netflix doesn't make a commitment to go theatrical with every Warner Brothers film, right? Um, One, the budgets would be lower. Two, they would only want to focus on like big characters. So like Batman, Superman, which I love those characters. You guys know I do. But I also want to see characters like I want to see like again, my one of my most anticipated movies next year is a Clayface movie, right? I want to see filmmakers be able to bring characters to the screen that have never been brought to the screen before, right? I want to see a Green Arrow film, a Green Arrow series in the DCU. I know we already have a Green Arrow series, but I want to see that. I want to see a question show. I want to see I want to see the Spectre being used in a film or a series. I want to see stuff like that. But like that would be my one concern. One, the budgets would be lower for the projects, and two, Netflix not making a commitment to theatrical. Now, this deal won't go into a like they still have to go to the like the a board has to approve it. Like yes, Netflix, you can buy Warner Brothers, so they would still have to go to go through like the approval process. Like if you guys remember when Microsoft bought Bethesda, right? Or when Microsoft bought Activision, like they had to go through an approval process that usually takes around 2 years. So the DC universe and the rest of Warner Brothers won't be affected for 2 years. But and guys, this is official. Like Netflix, I was gonna do a video once Variety broke that Netflix won the bidding war for Warner Brothers, but Netflix literally just confirmed on their social media that they're buying Warner Brothers. So this is official. This is official from the horse's mouth, as you might say. But there's also a lot of upside to Netflix. Like again, the Harry Potter show, probably. The Harry Potter show will maybe come to Netflix. And you get to watch the Harry Potter show that WB is working on and HBO is working on. That has like the most stacked cast for a TV show ever. Right? Right? They have Jonathan Lithgow as Dumbledore. They have Nick Frost as Hagrid. They have a bunch of people, and like they have the cast of that show looks insane. Even the kid actors, like the girl who played Hermione, like before she got this gig, guess what she did? She played Annie on Broadway. You guys know what I think of actors and singers on Broadway. I think they are the best performers you can get for a possible role. Right? Right? Because they're athletes in what they do, right? So I'm very excited for that. So that would come to Netflix. If they continue with James Gunn, all the TV shows that James Gunn wants to do would eventually come to Netflix, probably. Right? And HBO proper would merge with Netflix, so we could watch Game of Thrones on Netflix. We could watch the Harry Potter films on Netflix. We could watch Batman the Animated Series on Netflix, right? Now, I'm worried about the theatrical side, but the TV show side, like it would grow Netflix's library to a great degree. And like if you don't believe Netflix makes good TV shows with Warner Brothers properties, okay, I'll point to Lucifer. Lucifer is a Warner Brothers property that was licensed to Netflix, and they made that show, and that show's incredible. If you haven't watched Lucifer, go watch Lucifer. I haven't watched this one that I'm going to talk about, but I've heard it's really good. The Sandman. The Sandman is a Warner Brothers property, right? Um, like and like if Netflix wanted to, which they probably do, they could expand the DC universe to bigger and better heights. But here's the thing. I want the quality of the DC universe to be the same. I want the quality of Game of Thrones and HBO to remain the same on Netflix, or when it's merged with Netflix, as it is now. Like, House of the Dragon Season 2, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and Lanterns are three of my most anticipated shows of next year. Why? Because I know they're going to be quality, because it's HBO, right? I don't want that brand name to lose, and stuff like that. I don't want that brand name to lose its impact, right? So yeah, what do you guys think about Netflix winning the bidding war and they're going to buy Warner Brothers? What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think it will be a good idea, bad idea? Please leave it in the comments below. Please leave all your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless you guys.